What is up, everybody? Almost Evil 33 here, and today I have another Medal of Honor Warfighter gameplay commentary for you guys. I'm playing some Hotspot on Shogor Valley, I think that's the map name, and Hotspot is quickly becoming my favorite game mode in Medal of Honor Warfighter because, number one, the match times are always longer, and there's just a better objective to go for, and it just has some really intense matches with plenty of close quarters and a little bit longer range action, and I really just think that Hotspot is a mode that people don't really try out that much. So if you guys haven't tried it yet, I really suggest that you do. It really works well on all these maps, so give it a shot. But anyway, I'm here today to talk about a few things involving Medal of Honor Warfighter, and the first of those things is the fact that it's receiving a ton of hate. And what I figured I'd do is give my own in-depth review of the game as I see it right now. Things are subject to change, I understand that, because the game is still in its early stages, but I do want to give my in-depth review of the game. And I'm going to kind of break it down a few different ways. I have a few categories here of little areas that I'm going to review. The first is user interface, second is gameplay, third is mechanics, and the last is just any general complaints or ideas that are kind of miscellaneous, but I'll kind of just throw those in at the end. Now, I'm going to start off with the user interface. So I think I'm going to start off with the good points and then move to the bad points because this game has a lot of both. So the user interface, I think the in-game UI is awesome. Like your screen, I think it's great. I don't have a problem with where the radar is. I think everything's very clear on screen. I like everything from the grenade indicators to the support actions in the upper left corner. I don't have a problem with any of that. Everything's pretty clear. I really like your health and how it's nice and big. You don't have to actually squint to see or actually have to focus on trying to find it on your screen. It's really good for new players as well, so I think they did a great job with that in-game. Everything's very easy to look at and pretty easy to adapt to if you're used to Battlefield or Call of Duty. So that's very good. Now, here's where the bad parts start. The menus. They are pretty bad. I mean, the basic menus are okay, but when it comes to the unlock system, it's a mess. I mean, come on, it is terrible. I have no idea when I'm going to unlock anything. It doesn't even tell me, and even when you unlock a new gun, it tells you that you unlocked a new nationality for that class. I'd really rather know what gun I unlocked. That's just me personally. Like, the nationality doesn't make that much of a difference. Or how about you have the flag of the country with the gun in front of it? I mean, it's just kind of confusing. Like, I want to know what guns I've unlocked, what attachments I've unlocked. It doesn't tell me anything. And it doesn't even tell me in the menus how far I need to go in order to get to the next attachment for that weapon. So they really need to work on the unlock system. It's a disaster. However, there are lots of cool attachments that I'm really enjoying trying out for the ones that I actually know how to unlock. And another big complaint that I have is that buddying up, or squatting up, whatever you want to call it, joining with friends is a pain in the neck again. Why can EA not get this right? They didn't get it right in Bad Company 2, they didn't get it right in Battlefield 3, and they haven't gotten it right here. How can it have been 3 years and they still don't know how to do that? Call of Duty's never had a problem with it. I mean, I hate Call of Duty, but there you go. I mean, they do that right. So that's kind of a pain. And just another little thing I've noticed, this is a very minor complaint, but why are there typos in the in-game tips at the loading screens? I mean, that's just embarrassing. They're pretty outright, too. They forget apostrophes and commas, and it's just weird. I've never seen that before. It's very unprofessional. So I could kind of see how, you know, Danger Close is kind of a newly developing game company. They really have some work to do. They got a few rookies on the team, I think. Alright, moving on to gameplay. The graphics are okay. I think they should have been a little more aggressive with the Frostbite 2 engine, but it does have a unique look and feel. Now, I know a lot of people are trashing the graphics and saying that they're terrible compared to Battlefield 3. I don't think they're as good as Battlefield 3, but judge for yourself. I think the graphics are really good. I think it looks different, and they needed to make it look different from Battlefield 3. I think they did a good job, so judge for yourself. Don't just listen to what somebody else has to say. The maps are really well done and unique, with the exception of one or two. Some of them have terrible lighting. Sometimes you'll go outside and it'll be bright as day, and you can barely even see because it's so bright. And then other times you go inside and it's so dark, it's pitch black. You can't even see anything. So they really need to work on that, and there's some bad choke points on a couple maps. The worst one, I think, is the Cliffside map, Al-Hara Cliffside or something. But other than that, the maps are good, and I pretty much like the gameplay as a whole. The mechanics. The gunplay is slowed down quite a bit. You're going to want to change your playstyle. I know I talked about this in my last video, but just be prepared to do that if you're coming in as a new player. But the gunplay is still very fun. The reloads are a bit too lengthy. I think they need to fix that. The grenades and the V40 mini grenades are too strong. I think what they need to do is have a longer fuse time on them. make the fuse time similar to Battlefield 3, and I think that will nerf the grenades a little bit and make them a little more fair. Also, pistols are garbage, so they need to fix those, except for the G18, that's okay where it is. The score chains are kind of lame. I'm not really impressed with them in this game. I mean, they're not terrible. I think that they have some really cool ones in here, like the guided missile's pretty cool and all this other stuff, and the Apache's cool, but they kind of disappointed me. And only 4 levels. That's my biggest issue. I mean, 2010 Medal of Honors had 7. 7 levels. That's a lot of score chains. This game has 4. Given each class has different support actions, but they do repeat some of them, and I'd rather have more support actions that I can call in one life. That's just me personally. So it would be really cool if they allowed you to customize them a little bit, or maybe if they included some more score chains in a next patch. That'd be awesome. Or a DLC, whatever. So I think they should be able to customize score chains a little bit, or just add a few more. That'd be awesome. So now that we've gotten all that stuff out of the way, I just kind of want to explain the hate that's been coming to this game lately. I mean, you guys know that IGN gave this game a 4 out of 10. That's terrible. That is pitiful. I mean, that's pretty bad. Call of Duty seems to get a 9 out of 10 every single year, and obviously that's the same game that they release every single year. So I'm not sure if that has to do with Activision paying them money, but we're not going to get into that right now. But what I will say is this. I think this game is really good, and with a kick-ass patch that fixes a lot of the problems that I talked about in this video, I think that I would give this game an 8.5 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it is really fun, especially if you squad up with some friends, and I highly recommend it. And I recommend picking it up. Don't listen to all the hate out there. Try it for yourself. And that is what I'm going to leave you guys with today. And as you can see, the glitches are kind of plaguing this game. This is a black screen, and we had that screen for the entire length of the scoreboard showing, which is like a whole minute. So that's pretty much what's been going on. There's just some glitches like that Danger Close needs to address, so I think they're going to get on that, and I trust them. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and review. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace!